Hey guys, this is Mohit for Thenika and I'm back with another Fusion tutorial. Today we'll be looking at creating this sweeping circle motion graphics work, and then towards the end I'll also demonstrate how to easily take this animation and make it look like this, or this. So without further ado, let's get started. For creating this effect, we'll be using both of Fusion's 3D and 2D capabilities. First, let's hit Shift Spacebar to add a Shape 3D node. Select the shape as Torus. Now, to view our torus in 2D mode, let's add a Renderer 3D node. Okay, that's not what we want. So, let's tweak the rotation controls of the Shape 3D. 90 degrees in the X rotation. Yes, now we are getting there. Decrease the size. If you notice, our edges are not so smooth, so let's increase the subdivisions. Okay, let's see where our shape starts. We'll go ahead and get it over here. Go to the transform controls, 90 degrees in the Z rotation. Let's check now. Yes, that's what we want. Before we start animating, let's go ahead and change both render end time and global end time to 54 frames. Go to frame number 1. Take end angle all the way down. Right click on the slider and click on animate. Do the same thing for the start angle also. Now let's go to frame number 17. Wait till we get arrow on both sides of the cursor so that we can move both start and end angle values together. It automatically puts a key at frame 17 now. But if we scroll between the two keyframes, we see nothing in the viewer. That is because we have same value for both start and end angle at both the frames. Now let's move from the flow area to the timeline area. Click on this button to view only the selected node. Select both the keyframes of the end angle and move a few frames forward. Now if we scroll between the keyframes, we can see the animation. Right now the animation is kind of boring, so let's try and make it more interesting. Open the spline editor. Box select the keys. Click on this button to ease the animation. Now select this handle and move it forward. Do the same thing with the end angle also. Let's play it. Pull this handle a little back. Do these changes based on how you want the animation to be. Okay, that is satisfactory for now. Let's move ahead, go to the flow area. We need more of these circles, so box select both these nodes, Ctrl C to copy and Ctrl V to paste. View it in the viewer. Change the color. Let's bring the section value down. Since we want the green as the foreground, connect the output of this to this. A merge node will be automatically added. If we view it in the viewer, we have green on top of white. Actually, let's change the section to 0.1. Right. Also rename the shape 3D nodes by hitting F2. White. Do the same for this green. Now selecting the green, we'll go to the timeline view and offset the animation by moving the keyframes few frames forward. Now if we scroll along in the timeline, you'll see that both green and white are moving as two separate elements. We need to change that and make it to overlap through the animation. Go to the flow area, select white. Go to the spline editor, click on selection to solo the selected node. Select start angle. Let's make some adjustments. Move the handles to get the desired animation. Pull this a little back. Select end angle. Maybe push it a little back. We are looking to get the green and white circles to overlap. So select green. Now inside the spline editor, let's extend this handle. Maybe pull this one too. Push this back. Same here. Maybe tweak it a little more, a little forward, back. If you see, this is a back and forth process where I'm selecting both the nodes and tweaking the animation to achieve the desired result. Play it once. Now let's add some variation to this. Let's add a background node. Connect it to the green. Change the color. Now let's add two rectangle masks to the background node. Let's rename each of these nodes. It's always a good practice to rename your nodes. R1, R2. Let's drag this to the viewer. Let's also make the background node square. Go to Image, change the height to 1920. Let's click on the double view icon, drag this to viewer 1 and this merge into the viewer 2 to see the effect of the background node and the mask. Now select R1, increase the width to 1, decrease the height. Now as I'm moving it, you can see its effect in viewer 2. Let's move it all the way up and increase the height, maybe till there. Now select R2, width to 1, decrease the height. This is what we get. Play it once. Now we'll add those slanted dashes over here. For that, we'll add a text plus node, shift space bar text plus. Let's connect the output of the merge node to the text plus node. We have a new merge node. Select the text plus node, go in here and type dashes continuously, maybe that much. Drag it to the viewer 1. Let's also make it a square. Height value to 1920. Now in the text tab, let's select regular from the drop down. If you see, we have a straight line of dashes, whereas we need a circle. So in the layout tab, select circle. Now we have a dashed circle. Adjust the size. There. Go to transform, tweak the character spacing. Go to shading, change the color. Let's also click on this button to thicken the dashes. Go to layout again. Open layout rotation controls. Actually, first let's adjust the center Z till we get it very close to the edge of the white. If you see, we have square resolution as background. So let's actually reconnect the text to the foreground and this to the background of the merge. Let's get the dashed circle as close to the white as possible. Like that. Now let's go to text and see where this text circle starts. Let's get it on top. Go to layout. Under layout rotation, 180 degree Z angle. Let's check it. Yeah, exactly. Go to transform. Open character rotation this time. We are going to stylize the dashes to get that slanted look. So Y to 95 and Z to 115. Let's zoom in the viewer. Now to make the line thicker, let's increase the character size X value. Now that we have our desired shape, let's start animating. Go to frame number 1. Get the N value all the way down. Right click and this time we'll click on the second option, animate start group. At frame number 15, push the sliders all the way up to 1. Now if you scroll along, like earlier, we cannot see any animation. Let's go to timeline view and take the start keyframes some frames forward. Go to spline editor and tweak the handles. Select start and do the same. Let's see what we have and then move forward from there. Actually, I want the start value to close in slightly late. So let's take this keyframe few frames forward. Yes, we can do it in the spline editor too. Though I prefer moving the keyframes in timeline. Pull this handle a little back. Maybe move this keyframe a little. Go to the flow area and let's play it once. Next, we'll add our outer circle. In fact, let's create it in a different method. Add a background node. Give it a green color. In the Image tab, increase the height to 1920 to give it a square resolution. Drag it to the viewer. Add 2 rectangle masks for the background node. Let's rename the rectangles R3 and R4. Select R3, decrease the height maybe to 0.006, width value to 1. Select R4. First let's change the paint mode to subtract. This is going to act as our end angle as I'm going to push it to the right side. Change X value to 1.5. Next, let's add a coordinate space node. View it in the viewer. Click on Polar to Rectangular. Now we have the circle that we are looking for. Since we have a square resolution, we will connect the output of this to this. To reduce the size, let's bring R1 down. Let's also reduce the height to 0.004 maybe. Now select R4, and as we move R4 in the x-axis, you can see the effect it has on our circle. Let's move to say frame 18, get the x value to 0.5, right click, animate. Next, go to 30, set x value to 1.5. This is what we get. Now shift spacebar, add a transform node. Let's move a few frames forward and rotate the circle in a way that it appears to start before the dash circle ends. We also want it to zoom out of the screen. So right click on the size, click animate. Now move few frames forward and scale it like there, like that. Let's also make it disappear as it scales up. So select R3, right click on the high, animate. Move few frames forward and set it to 0. Just feel like there is less force in this rotation. Let's select the transform, animate the angle, go to 32 and set the angle to 0. Okay, let's go to the timeline and offset this keyframe little forward. Back in the flow area, let's rename the background as thin green. Next, we'll create the red circle at the center. So let's add a background node. Rename it as red. Add 3 rectangle masks to it. Rename each R5. If you see, since I have multi-nodes selected, I'm able to rename all the 3 nodes by hitting F2 just once. Let's make it square resolution. Change the color to red. In this case, actually R5 left and R5 right are not required. I'm just demonstrating that we can use this as start angle and end angle if we put the paint mode to subtract. Let's select R5. This one is useful. Take the width to 1. Now add the coordinate space node. As earlier, click on the polar to rectangular. Connect the output of this to this. What we want is a fully filled circle and not the one which looks like a stroke. So select R5 and pull it down in the Y value. Set Y to 0. This is exactly what we want. Let's also reduce the size by decreasing the height so that it fits in the center. Let's start animating. At frame 3, let's move it here, and probably at 37, move it here. We also want to animate the size of the red through the animation. So let's right click and animate the height. Go to 37 and further reduce the height. We also want the red to appear as if it is pushing the green out. So at 38, let's bring the center to 0.5 in X. Few frames forward, let's again increase the height and then go to 53 and take the height value all the way down. Maybe at 42, let's actually pull it up in Y. You can see what it does. Go to the timeline. Let's actually take the center value till 53. Yeah, that's good. Go to the spline editor and tweak a little. Smooth these keys and adjust the handles. Go to height, smooth. Pull this handle this side so that the disappearing act eases into 53. There we go. Let's play it to see what we have. We'll add one more element, so shift spacebar, shape 3D. Rename it white circle. Drag it to the viewer and select sphere as the shape. Add a renderer 3D. Connect this to this. Let's increase the subdivisions. Adjust the size. Let's check if the rotation is how we want it. No. So go into the transform controls and 90 degrees in the X rotation. Come back into the controls. Let's check now. Yes, that's right. Let's also rotate it in Z so that the animation starts from around there. We'll switch the connection to the merge. So connect this to the background and this to the foreground, since we want the white circle below everything. So moving forward, let's start the animation. Frame number 24, let's push start angle all the way up. Right click, animate. Same for the end angle too. Now move to frame number 40. Take the slider back to 0. As usual, no animation. Go to the timeline. Select the end angle keyframes. Offset 1 frame forward. Back into the flow area. Let's tweak the Z rotation slightly. Let's actually make the animation start a little earlier. Okay. Smooth the splines. Pull this handle this side. Do the same for this. Let's actually make it look like the red is driving the white. So add a transform node here. Rotate it so that the opening of the red meets the white. Let's play and see. Okay, that should be good. Let's get into other things like motion blur. Since this white is a 3D object, select the renderer 3D, go here and select OpenGL renderer. Open accumulation effects, enable. Tweak the settings, quality goes up, pull this value down. We'll also add motion blur for this red, so select R5. Go in here, enable motion blur. Tweak the settings, there. Now let's add a background for this animation. Shift spacebar, background. Connect this to this. If we drag it into the viewer, we have a black background now. Let's change the color, make it a little grayish. Let's add a vignette. For that, add a CC node or a color correction node. Add a circular mask. Tweak the mask. Decrease the gamma. Also the lift. Now let's play it. That's what we have achieved. Great. Now, as seen in the introduction, let's give it a nice emboss effect. So let's add a create bump map node. Click on 5 and tweak the settings. Let's play it now. Doesn't that look cool? Now let's stylize this furthermore. Add a CC node. Make some adjustments. Change the color to red. Play with the gain and lift values. Let's check what we have. Stylized and easy, right? Now let's make it look different with some simple tweaks, just using one single CC node. If you see, we have a totally different look now. I'm slightly speeding up the process, but you get the idea. Now, doesn't this look awesome? Say we want the background to be affected by a different CC node. Delete that. Let's add two CC nodes now. Tweak the first color correction node. Now take the output of this merge and connect it to the effect mask input of the CC node. Change the color. We now have a different color for the background alone. You can tweak as much as you want. Say if I want the orange to affect the background and yellow for our circles, add one channel booleans node here. Yeah, there. Change the operation to negative. If we keep tweaking, we can go on and achieve various results that looks really cool. So play around with it. I hope you achieve some fantastic results. That's it for now. I hope you learned a few tricks today. There are more videos coming up. If you like this video, do put a like below and do subscribe. Thanks. See ya till the next time.